Love stories in the movies are always perfectly romantic, of course. So imagine your surprise if your own relationship came up in front of you on the big screen. That is exactly what happened to Holly Lawton-Smith from Chatham when she went to a cinema with her family. Her boyfriend Richard had sneaked in a specially made trailer asking Holly to marry him. On this Valentine's Day, we're asking, could this be, you're about to hear it, the movie trailer, could this be the most romantic way to propose ever?
In a world where fire is ice and ice is fire, one man, a renegade, a vigilante, oh, hang on. This is all wrong. Are you this woman? Are you sitting in the audience right now? Do you wear false moustaches just for the crack? Well, today's your lucky day, Holly Lawton-Smith. Something big is about to happen. Holly, you are amazing. And in a second, I'm going to ask you to marry me.
Oh, I've got goosebumps all over my body again.
Brilliant.
And that wasn't even directed at me. Holly and her fiancé Richard are live from our Chatham studio now. Good morning to both of you.
Morning.
Hello.
Holly, how could you say no
Well,
to that?
I mean, luckily, there was never any chance of me saying no. So, yeah, but I didn't expect it to happen in such spectacular
no.
style.
So take me back to that particular... It was at Christmas, wasn't it? In a cinema in Oxford near your parents.
Yeah.
And so what ruse had Richard come up with, which meant that you were in the cinema but he was outside?
Well, basically, as far as I was aware, he was still in Kent and he was due to meet me at the cinema. So he was telling me about the bus being late and I had to meet him at the cinema, and all the time I was thinking, where is he? Checking my phone, why is he late? My sister was shuffling me into the cinema. It's fine, we'll meet him in there. And all that time he was obviously behind the scene getting ready.
So take me, you're in the cinema in the dark and this trailer comes on. At what point did you think, I know that voice?
Pretty quickly, actually. Weirdly enough, Rich sometimes does pretend to do trailers. So
It's a hobby.
yeah. So when the first few words came, I was like, that's Rich's voice. What's that doing on the screen?
And Richard, seriously, there's a career in this for you, because not only do you have the voice, the way you built the tension up. Because you didn't do... Because a lot of people, I guess, would go, and I'll finish off by asking her to marry me on the trailer, but you said, I'm about to ask you to marry me, which is the bit where I go, oh my God, is that what everybody did in the cinema, Holly?
Yeah, pretty much. I think everyone sitting there was just in suspense, and I was just, my heart beating, I was in tears going, what's going on?
So Richard, hello.
Hello.
So where are you at this point when the trailer's being shown?
I am pretty much shaking, and I'm upstairs in the cinema.
Right, so you're upstairs.
Yes, I've got balloons, I've got champagne, I've got the ring, and I am incredibly nervous.
So it gets to the end and it says, I'm about to ask you to marry me, and then there's a countdown, isn't there, on the screen?
Right.
And was that your cue? Obviously, that's your cue to come downstairs.
Yeah. I thought I really wanted to build up that tension, and I was going to walk into the back of the cinema, and then 150 strangers were going to turn around and go, what's going on?
No pressure. No pressure at all.
Yeah.
I mean, so what happened? So where were you sitting, Holly?
I was a few rows from the front. My sister, she was in on it, so she'd managed to organise the seats so that I was kind of near the aisle, which
You don't want to be climbing over everyone.
Yeah. Obviously, I hadn't really
Talk about
thought
ruin
about
the moment.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And I mean, did it ever
Coming through.
Mind your handbag, missus. Did it ever cross your mind, Richard? Did you ever think? I mean, how well do you think you know Holly? Did you ever think she might go, do you know what?
You're all right, thanks.
I'll get back to you later. I mean, that must be every man's worst fear.
Yeah, I was more nervous about her not turning up, really. I didn't know if there's going to be traffic, but it did go through my mind, what if I stand at the back and say, Holly Lawton-Smith, will you marry me? And then she says, can we talk about this later? And then everybody goes, ooh, can we start the film now, please?
Don't know where to look. But you said yes.
I did. I ran out. Well, at first I didn't. I ran out and I just kept kissing him, and then he was like, "Is that a yes?" And he said, and I said yes, obviously. And then he announced to the room, "She said yes."
Oh, and everybody went
They
to
went
jelly,
crazy.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And they went crazy inside too. Richard, we're thinking that you are possibly the most romantic person, not only in Kent, in the whole of the UK today. What gave you the idea to do it, to make this proposal in this way?
Well, we're both media teachers, and we actually met when we were training. So it just all come together, really. I thought, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. And the thing is, I was sitting in my staff room at school, and there was about 10 different people telling me these proposal stories, and I thought, I've got to do something big. There's no way that I can have Holly saying, "Oh, we just got down on one knee when we were down the park," or something like that. It's just, it needed to be something big and epic. And so it all came together. I can't believe it.
I guess with such a big epic proposal, it now has to be a big epic wedding, does it not,
don't.
Holly? Because I
Indeed.
think all your worries were allayed in the minutes after, apparently, Richard, after the proposal. She's saying yes because she was already talking about a colour scheme. So you sort of thought,
dear,
well, it's a winner, obviously. How are you going to do it? Have you got that far yet?
Yeah, we've booked our wedding already on the 23rd of December this Christmas. So.
And is that the day you proposed? Last year?
It was Christmas Eve, so it's about a year.
Still, the romance keeps coming.
Lovely stuff.
You're both teachers in Kent. Would you like to give a big shout out, as they say, to your pupils this morning?
Yeah, I'd love to say hello to Y16, my mentor group. They'll be very excited. They did volunteer to be bridesmaids, but
You said, no, you're right, thanks.
Imagine the state they get into. And Richard, over to you.
Oh, a big shout out to Valley Park School. Yes.
Have
there
you
you go.
behaving yourself on your half term? Holly and Richard, congratulations on your forthcoming nuptials. We have found the most romantic couple, not only in Kent, in the entire UK today on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Alan has texted in, Claire, said, "Claire, will you be my Valentine?"